Good afternoon, everybody. Today we are going to start different type of organization, different types of organization. Under that, we will discuss different type of organization, line in staff organization, functional organization. We'll discuss different type of organization to this class. Okay. So first important organization is all about line organization. So line organization means what? This is the organization where there is a direct vertical relationship through which authority flows. Okay, here the authority flows from top to bottom, like in defense or any kind of army, the chief of the command having the top position, and other ranks lies on the bottom position. So here the authority flows from top to bottom, and this is the most simplest and oldest method, and this is where the scalar chain principle is applicable in this line organization, where every superior is having the subordinate, and every subordinate is having the superior, and every subordinate is accountable to his superior. So it is the authority which flows from top level to the bottom level, top level to the lower level, that is known as whatever line organization. Okay, so you have to ask whatever the queries, whatever the problems arises to your immediate boss only, and you as a particular superior, you have to ask your subordinate or immediate subordinate to do certain tasks, to discharge certain obligation, or you can assign certain responsibility to your immediate subordinate. So this is known as by line organization, where the authority flows from the top level to the bottom level, and it applies the scalar chain principle very much. Okay, and every subordinate has to be accountable to his superior. Then according to J.M. Lundy, so it is characterized by direct lines of authority flowing from the top to bottom of the organization hierarchy, and lines of responsibility flowing in opposite but equally direct manner. यहाँ पे क्या होता है, जो आपका जो ऑथोरिटी फ्लो होता है टॉप टू बॉटम फ्लो होता है, लेकिन रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दैट इज गोइंग ऑन ए रिवर्स. दैट मीन्स you have to be accountable to your upper level, to your higher level, to your immediate higher level, that is to your superior, immediate superior, you are accountable. Okay, so the responsibility flows from the down to up, whereas the authority flows from the top level to the down level. So that is known as line organization. The best example of line organization is all about our army, where the chief of the army lies at the top position, and various rank holders, they are occupying and the different hierarchy of that particular defense. They will, according to the rank wise, the position lies top to bottom. If you are having higher ranks, you will be at the higher level. If you are having lower rank, you will be lies at the lower level. So that is line organization. Then the line organization can also be two types. One is pure line organization, another is departmental line organization. So what is pure line organization? Under this particular line organization, we are discussing now the pure line organization. This is the first type under the line organization, pure line organization. All person at a given level perform the same type of work. So यहाँ पे प्योर लाइन ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में क्या होता है, ऑलमोस्ट ऑल वर्कर्स, ऑलमोस्ट ऑल सबऑर्डिनेट्स आर डूइंग द सेम टाइप ऑफ वर्क, but every subordinate, every worker have to be accountable to his supervisor. In order to have a better controllability of the worker, a group of worker will be under a particular supervisor. That is known as whatever pure line of organization. Why the group of workers who are performing the similar type of jobs, they are under a particular supervisor? The thing is that to have a better controllability of the few workers only, this kind of few line organization is created. Okay, the divisions are solely for the purpose of control and direction. यहाँ पे जो division होता है for the purpose of control and giving direction to the workers, and to have a better control, this kind of few line organization is exist. The departmental divisions are made only for the sake of convenience and control. All workers perform the same type of work. आप अगर X सुपरवाइजर के अंडर में हो और दूसरा वर्कर जो कि Y सुपरवाइजर के अंडर में है, the subordinate or the worker who is there under supervisor A or X, or those subordinate or the worker who are there under B supervisor or Y supervisor, they are performing almost the same type of work. So this is a particular picture which is showing the few line of organization where the production manager will be there at the highest position and supervisor is there, supervisor A, supervisor B and supervisor C. Look at workers 1, 2, 3, they are under supervisor A, and workers 1, 2, 3 also supervisor B, and supervisor C also, there are around 3 workers are under the supervisor C. So whatever the works performed by the workers under supervisor A, the same type of workers are performing, same type of work is performing by the workers who are there under supervisor B, and similar type of jobs, similar type of works are done by the workers who are under the supervisor C. So all the workers, they are performing the same type of jobs. In order to have a better controllability, in order to have a proper direction to the workers, this kind of few line of organizations are made. Every worker are under a particular supervisor, and supervisor need to control a specific group of workers, and all the workers under different supervisor are performing similar or same type of jobs. So this is an example of what? Pure line of organization, where the production manager at the top level, and after that the supervisor will be there, and every supervisor, under every supervisor there are some workers will be present, and all the workers, as I telling, they are performing the same type of work. The type of work that is performing by workers under supervisor A, under supervisor B and supervisor C, they are almost same. Thereafter, after the few line organization, we have to go another line organization, that is known as departmental line organization. So what is this all about departmental line organization? Here the enterprise is divided into different departments which are convenient for control purpose. The whole organization put under the control of CEO, that is chief executive. The whole organization will be under the particular chief executive, and then different departments are put under the control of departmental manager. हर एक department में departmental manager होगा, okay, and the main control lies with the chief executive, okay, and every department is having the department managers. Department manager receive order from the chief executive, okay. So chief executive से department manager क्या लेगा? Order लेगा, and उसको कैसे execute करना है departmental manager, he has to take consideration to that. So that is the task of this departmental manager. Look at here, this is a particular pictures which will show you, okay, where the departmental manager, okay, different department managers are there: finance manager, production manager, marketing manager and personal manager, who are there under the general manager, or we can say who will be there under the chief executive or CEO. And these are different department. Finance is a department, production is a department, marketing is a department, personal is a department, and every department is having certain manager. And under this manager, there are deputy managers are also there. Suppose finance manager will be there, under him there are different deputy manager will be there, okay. And production department is there, production manager is there. Under production manager there are different deputy manager will be there. Under marketing manager also different deputy manager there. Under personal manager also different deputy manager there, and below to them, below deputy manager and deputy manager need to have control this particular supervisor, and supervisor has to be accountable to the deputy manager, and deputy manager has to be accountable to the particular department manager, and particular department manager has to be accountable general manager or the CEO, chief executive officer. And under supervisor there are different kind of workers will be there. So this is a what the departmental line organization, where the chief CEO is controlling everything, and every department is under a particular department manager. Under different department manager there are deputy manager will be there, and under different deputy manager supervisor will be there, and under each and every supervisor there are workers who are doing the or implementing the works. So this is a organization structure which is depicting the departmental line of organization, okay. Then what is the merits of this line organization? सो इट इज़ वेरी सिंपल टू वर्क. ओके, इट इज़ वेरी, यहाँ पे कन्फ्यूजन कुछ नहीं है, कौन किसके ऊपर है कौन किसके नीचे है साफ पता चलता है. सो एवरीथिंग गॉट क्लियर. इट इज़ सिंपल टू वर्क. ओके, इट इज़ इकोनॉमिकल एंड इफेक्टिव ऑल्सो. इट इज़ it is less costly and effective also, because you know who is your boss, you know who is your subordinate. It is very easy to communicate, it is very easy to take the decisions. Okay, it also allows quick decision and efficient coordination. Okay, then conforms to the scalar principle of the organization. It is confirmed, the principle of scalar principle, it says that every subordinate is having certain boss, and every every superior is having certain subordinate, and they are connected like a scalar chain. So this particular principle is also applicable, and it promotes the unity of command. Unity of command का मतलब क्या है? हर एक सबऑर्डिनेट का एक ही बॉस होना चाहिए, BOSS. हर एक सबऑर्डिनेट का एक ही सुपीरियर होना चाहिए. सो यहाँ पे क्या है, दैट यूनिटी ऑफ कमांड प्रिंसिपल ऑल्सो अप्लाइड दिस काइंड ऑफ line organization. In a line organization, the responsibility for the performance of the task is fixed upon the definite individuals, therefore their accountability delegates task. Okay, तुम्हारा क्या responsibility है, तुमको ये task दिया गया है, that is quite definite, that you have to perform that. According to the task given to you, you have to be accountable to your superior. So यहाँ पे clearly everything is defined. तुम्हारा responsibility क्या है, तुम्हारा टास्क क्या करना चाहिए, तुम्हारा परफॉर्मेंस लेवल कैसा होना चाहिए, एवरीथिंग इज डिफाइंड, एंड द पर्टिकुलर सबऑर्डिनेट हैज टू बी अकाउंटेबल टू द पर्टिकुलर boss, to his superior, and beside that he is having certain authority also. There is excellent discipline in a line organization due to the unified control and undivided loyalties. Okay, यहाँ पे जो जिसके पोजीशन है वो उसका पोजीशन का रेस्पेक्ट करता है, जो जिसको पोजीशन है वो उसका लॉयलिटी डिजर्व करता है. इसलिए इस टाइप ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को देयर इज ए यूनिटी इज देयर इज ए एक्सलेंट डिसिप्लिन इज देयर. ओके, बिकॉज देयर इज ए यूनिफाइड कंट्रोलेबिलिटी ऑफ द टोटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज देयर. सो दैट इज द मेरिट. द ओवरऑल कॉस्ट ऑफ रनिंग द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज लो ड्यू टू द नॉन इन्वॉल्वमेंट ऑफ स्टाफ पर्सनल. यहाँ पे स्टाफ पर्सनल को कोई भी अपॉइंटमेंट नहीं करता है. Even those staff persons are having the skills, they are not able to participate in the decision making, not able to involve in this particular line organization. So यहाँ पे क्या है, the overall cost of running the organization will be low. Then what is the demerits of line organization? Apart from the merits of line organization, what is the demerits? There is excessive work, too much is expected from the executive. You are expecting too much from the line staff or to that particular executive, which is very much you can't expect much from them. The lack of managerial specialization. There is no specialization based upon your position, based upon your rank you are doing. So there is no chance of any kind of innovation or specialization in case of this particular line organization. There is a lack of coordination among various departments. Every department is having their subordinate, their own role. So that's why there is no coordination among various departments. Then the ultimate authority for taking all decision lies with the line officer. The flow of information is downward. No doubt the flow of information is downward, but who will take the ultimate decision? The CEO. Those people who are there in the topmost position only, they are taking the decision. Others are not involved in the taking the decision. There is a scope of favoritism in line organization. They might have in the based upon your willingness, based upon your partiality, based upon the favoritism, based upon the nepotism, you will give someone is priority to do the job. So that kind of things will arise in case of this line organization. The business is dependent on some key persons, and sudden disappearance of such persons from the scene may create instability. If a particular person to whom the organization is dependent, the key persons, they are having special skills, special decision making power. So if there is an absence of those persons, then there is an instability of the organization. अगर कोई भी जो key person है वो सडनली वो डिसअपियर हो जाएंगे, सडनली उनका जो अगर एब्सेंस हो जाएगा तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्या हो जाएगा, इट मे क्रिएट अ इंस्टेबिलिटी टू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्टेबल में नहीं रह पाएगा. ओके, सो द इन्वॉल्वमेंट एंड द प्रेजेंस ऑफ दोज की पर्सन्स आर हाईली नेसेसरी इन दिस पर्टिकुलर लाइन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट what is line organization. Under line organization we discuss about the pure line organization as well as departmental line organization. Now we have to jump for another form of organization, another structure of organization, that is line and staff organization. So this is line and staff. We have to distinguish what is line. Line refers to those positions and elements of organization which have the responsibility and authority and are accountable for the accomplishment of primary objective. सो लाइन कैसे डिसाइड होता है, जो जिस पोजीशन में है, जो जिसका ऑथोरिटी ज़्यादा है, जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का जो प्राइमरी ऑब्जेक्टिव को एकम्प्लिश करने में जिनका मेन रोल है, उन्हें क्या बोलते हैं, लाइन पीपल बोलते हैं. ओके, एंड हु इज़ नोन एज स्टाफ. Staff elements are those which have the responsibility and authority for providing advice and service to the line in the attainment of the objective. Line क्या करता है, they are having the main role to achieve the primary objective of the organization, but the staffs who do help to whom, to the line people, to the line persons, to they give certain advisor service, they give certain service to the line people for they are having the certain authority and responsibility for the achievement of the organization goal. So यहाँ पे दो टाइप का पीपल होते हैं, दो टाइप का लोग होते हैं, एक लाइन पीपल, दूसरा स्टाफ पीपल. एक लाइन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, दूसरा स्टाफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. लाइन में क्या होता है, आपके रैंक के अनुसार, आपके पोजीशन के अनुसार आप क्या करते हो, यू आर डिसाइडिंग द ऑब्जेक्टिव and you are having the responsibility and you are accountable for the accomplishment of the primary objective of the organization. But the staff people, they are helping, they are giving advice to the line people, they are supporting to the line people for the accomplishment of the objective. Then line relationship is the decision maker and staff personnel are advisor. What is the, in this line people are, they are the decision maker. So decision लेने का क्षमता किसके पास होता है, line people के पास होता है. Those who are there in based upon their position, those who are there based upon their ranks. But it is the staff people who are acting as a advisor. They are the advisor people. Whenever any problem arises, whenever any kind of involvement arises, these are the staff people who are having the skills, having the experience, having the talents, who can help to the line people for executing the task. According to Henry Fayol, staff is a group of men who have the strength, who have the knowledge and who have the time with the line manager main leg. Line manager में वो क्या होता है, वो knowledge नहीं होता, वो skill नहीं होता, वो strength नहीं होता है. Okay, but this particular staff people or staff manager people, they are having knowledge, they are having strength, they are having the time, they are having everything. So that's why their skills are very much important for functioning, proper functioning of the organization. It is the staff people who are giving the advisory service to the line people. Line people are the decision maker, whereas the staff people or the staff manager are the advisors only. Okay, this is the particular picture which is depicting, this is a diagram which is depicting about the line and staff. Look at, first of all, there is a marketing manager, sales manager, they are occupying in the line position. This is the line. Okay, but what is this particular staff? Look at, production development manager will be there, promotion manager will be there. Okay, then this marketing research manager is there, marketing plan manager is there, who is or who are providing certain support to the sales manager. Sales manager belongs to the line, whereas this particular other production development manager, promotion manager, marketing research manager, market planning manager, they are supporting to the sales manager, where the sales manager lying under the line. So this is a pure example of what, line and staff organization. Look at here, the authority flows from marketing manager, okay, then sales manager, then assistant sales manager. So यहाँ पे क्या होता है, आपका authority flow होता है top से bottom लेके, लेकिन यहाँ पे क्या होता है, जो सेल्स मैनेजर है वो किससे एडवाइस लेगा, वो स्टाफ से एडवाइस लेगा. सो ऑल आर दिस सेल्स मैनेजर एंड दिस असिस्टेंट मैनेजर, दे आर अंडर द लाइन मैनेजर, but they are getting the sales manager getting from the production development manager as service of advice. If any kind of skills required, any kind of talent required, any kind of knowledge required, this sales manager can ask or seek the information from the production manager, so or promotional manager or marketing planning manager and marketing research manager. This all belongs to what? Staff people or staff manager. Okay, so this is all about what? Line and staff organization. Thereafter, what is the merits of line and staff organization? There is a plant specialization. Okay, आप जिस चीज़ में माहिर हो उस काम में आप काम करते हो. दिस इज ए प्लांट स्पेशलाइजेशन. देयर इज ए वेल डिफाइंड ऑथोरिटी एंड रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. द लाइन ऑफ कमांड इज मेंटेन्ड. हियर आल्सो देयर आर लाइन ऑफ कमांड इज मेंटेन्ड. ओके, हु इज बिकॉज इन द लाइन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एज इट इज अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ लाइन एंड स्टाफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, इफ यू आर लाइन मैनेजर, the way the authorities are flows from one person to another person, that is important. First of all, if the general manager will be there, then if sales manager will be there, then assistant sales manager will be there. That means what? Here the authority flows from the top to bottom, so the line of command is quite maintained. There is a bifurcation of conceptual and executive function. There is a division. So executive function is different and conceptual function is quite different. The staff which is with its expert knowledge provides opportunity to the line officers. Okay, staff जिसके पास क्या होता है? एक्सपर्टाइज नॉलेज होता है. यहाँ पे जो लाइन ऑफिसर क्या करता है, वो स्टाफ ऑफिसर से, स्टाफ मैनेजर से वो एक्सपर्ट नॉलेज लेता है एंड एडप्ट करता है. ओके, for solving different kind of problem, the line manager has to take the advice services from the staff, has to take the expert services from the staff, and he has to solve different kind of problems. This type of organization nourishes organization growth as each man grows in his own. यहाँ पे क्या है? हर एक लाइन मैनेजर का और स्टाफ मैनेजर का, both the person they are having the equal chance to grow. So that is the advantage of this line and staff organization. Then what is the demerits of line and staff organization? There are bound to be occasion when line and staff may differ in opinion. अगर लाइन लोगों का, लाइन मैनेजर का अगर डिफरेंट ओपिनियन होगा, स्टाफ मैनेजर का डिफरेंट होगा ओपिनियन, उनका व्यूज अलग होंगे, तो देयर विल बी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट अराइजेस which very much difficult to maintain the harmony in between the line and staff organization or line managers or staff manager. There is a misinterpretation of expert advice by incompetent line executive. अगर line people, if they are not competent to take or interpret properly the expert advice from the staff people, then there is a problem of the particular execution of the task. The staff people feel themselves statusless without authority. Staff people को कोई भी authority नहीं दिया गया है, इसलिए वो they will feel themselves statusless. उनका कुछ status नहीं है because they are not having authority. Staff becomes ineffective in absence of authority. Staff becomes ineffective in absence of authority. That is the same thing. If you are not having authority, then you can't do any kind of thing. You are not able to have the desire, not having the willingness to perform any kind of task. Okay, that is known as what everybody. Staff becomes ineffective in absence of authority. Staff को क्या है? उनका knowledge है, उनका skill है, उनका टैलेंट है, लेकिन उनको अथॉरिटी नहीं देने से उनका स्टाटस भी स्टाटसलेस है उनका, इसलिए वो कभी भी आगे नहीं आएंगे कोई भी सुझाव देने के लिए. Then the next is all about the functional organization. We discuss the line organization. Under line organization we discuss the pure line organization and departmental line organization, and next we discuss about the line and staff organization we discussed. Thereafter we are discussing now the functional organization. It is a common type of organization structure in which organization is divided into smaller groups based on specialized function areas such as IT, finance and marketing. So functional organization को different function के अनुसार हम क्या करते हैं? डिवाइड करते हैं. We are dividing the functional organization under the basis of different function. ये function क्या होता है? IT हो सकता है, finance होता है, marketing हो सकता है, where president will be there, then vice president will be there, then other people will be there like sales people, sales manager or finance manager will be there. So based upon the different function, this particular function organization structures is created. So functional area में क्या क्या हो सकता है, IT हो सकता है, finance हो सकता है और marketing और any other भी हो सकता है. So we are discussing about this functional organization. Under functional organization, look at the top, president is there. Under president, R&D manager, that is research and development manager is there, finance manager is there, marketing manager is there, manufacturing manager is there. These are different functions actually. These are different functions. Under R&D manager, that is research and development manager, the design will be there, development will be there, testing will be there. Under finance manager, accounting will be there, purchasing will be there. Under marketing, sales will be there, customer service will be there. Under manufacturing manager, there is a line supervisors will be there, production teams will be there, and distribution will be there. So there are different kind of thing which will occur under this particular functional organization. Okay, where there are organization is based upon the function, it is divided, and each and every function under the functional manager, they are controlling the entire function of this particular organization. So a functional organization structure is a structure used to organize workers. They are grouped based on their specific skills and knowledge. It is vertically structured, each department with roles from president to finance and sales department to customer and service to employee assigned to one product or service. Okay, functional organization contains specialized units that report to a single authority, usually called टॉप मैनेजमेंट. ओके, यहाँ पे हर एक डिपार्टमेंट का डिफरेंट फंक्शन होगा, हर एक डिपार्टमेंट का डिफरेंट फंक्शन है. यहाँ पे R&D का फंक्शन डिज़ाइन है, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का डिज़ाइन नहीं है, फिनेंस का अकाउंटिंग फंक्शन है, मार्केटिंग का अकाउंटिंग फंक्शन नहीं है. इसलिए हर एक डिपार्टमेंट का डिफरेंट फंक्शन होगा एंड ईच एंड एवरी functional people functional employee, functional staff has to be accountable to the top level position people who are occupying at the top level. Okay, functional organization contains special units and report to a single authority, usually called top management. यहाँ सारे लोग किसको, that is to the top level people or to the functional manager को they are accountable. So all the staff they are belonging to the different function, they are having the different function, they are having different kind of skills, they are having different kind of knowledge, and they are all accountable to the top management. Each functional units handle one aspect of the product or service provided, such as information technology, marketing, development, research, etc. Okay, here also each and every functional units handles one aspect of the product or service. Look at everybody here also, whatever the R&D is doing, I told the finance manager under the finance, they are not doing. So you have to concentrate in doing a particular task, particular activity, particular function only. Okay, so one aspect of the things, one product or service you have to do. Then what is the advantage of this particular functional organization? The following are benefits of the functional organization structure. So what is the first benefit? Employees are grouped by their knowledge and skills, allowing them to achieve high performance. So the skills you are having, the knowledge you are having, based upon your skills, based upon your knowledge, you will work under that particular knowledge, under that particular department, under that particular function where you can achieve higher performance. So यहाँ पे आपका स्किल के अनुसार, आपका नॉलेज के अनुसार, आपका एक्सपर्टाइज के अनुसार आप जो एम्प्लॉय हो, you are grouped on a particular function, grouped on a particular department, so the performance will be definitely increasing. Their roles means यहाँ पे एम्प्लॉय का रोल क्या होता है? Employees roles and responsibility are fixed, फैसिलिटेटिंग इजी अकाउंटेबिलिटी फॉर द वर्क. यहाँ पे तुम्हारा काम क्या है, तुम्हारा रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी क्या है, तुम क्या चीज़ करोगे, ओके, तुम किसको अकाउंटेबल होगे, दैट इज क्वाइट फिक्स्ड. द हायरार्की इज क्लियर. दिस reduces the number of communications channel. Okay, so the hierarchy is clear, it is clear. It reduces the number of communication channels. So what are the number of communication channel? It is definitely will reduce through this particular functional organization. Okay, this reduces the number of communication channel. So if the number of communication channel will come down, then what will happen? There will be smooth flow of communication between a particular person to the another person, between a particular level to the another level. So it reduces the number of communication channels. Then communication is frictionless within the department. Okay, within the department, okay, तुम किस डिपार्टमेंट के बिलोंग हो, तुम क्या चाहिए क्या नहीं, तुम उस डिपार्टमेंट के लिए कंसंट्रेट करो. सो कम्युनिकेशन फ्रिक्शन विदाउट एनी डिस्टर्बेंस द कम्युनिकेशन हैपेंस. वर्क इज नॉट डुप्लीकेटेड एज ऑल डिपार्टमेंट हैव डेफिनेट रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. ओके, बिकॉज इफ यू बिलोंग टू द फिनेंस डिपार्टमेंट यू शुड नॉट गो फॉर एडवर्टाइजमेंट. सो यहाँ पे आपका रोल क्या है, आपका रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी क्या है, वो प्री डिफाइंड है. इसलिए देर इज नो सच डुप्लीकेशन ऑफ एनी काइंड ऑफ वर्क्स विल कम. द एम्प्लॉय फील सिक्योर, दे परफॉर्म वेल विदाउट फियर. So you know what you have to do, you know what is the task you have to perform, you know what should be the accountable to you. So there is no problem in performing the particular work. You can have you can do the work without any kind of fear. Then because of job security, employees tend to be loyal to the organization. Okay, तुम एक्सपर्टाइज हो, तुम्हारे पास नॉलेज है, तुम उस पर्टिकुलर डिपार्टमेंट से जुड़े हो, इसलिए विदाउट एफ्राइड, विदाउट फियर, विदाउट हैविंग एनी काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम ऑफ जॉब सिक्योरिटी, यू आर क्वाइट लॉयल टू योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. एम्प्लॉय हैव ए क्लियर करियर ग्रोथ फॉर. यहाँ पे एम्प्लॉय का करियर ग्रोथ का क्लियर है, क्या करना, क्या तुम्हारा करियर कहाँ पे ले जाएगा, तुम्हें प्रमोशन कैसे मिलेगा, ये सारे चीज़ क्या है फंक्शनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में क्वाइट क्लियर. कोऑपरेशन इज एक्सीलेंट विद इन द डिपार्टमेंट. ओके, तुम एक ही डिपार्टमेंट में बिलोंग करते हो, एक ही फंक्शनल एरिया में काम करते हो, सो देर इज एक्सीलेंट कोऑपरेशन विद इन द डिपार्टमेंट. Then what are the disadvantages of this functional organization? Employee may feel bored because of repetitive work. If you are doing the same type of work, then you become bored. This monotony causes loss of enthusiasm. So there is no creativity, there is no innovation, there is same type of work. If you are doing, you will feel bored. That is monotony. Okay, the repeated work we are doing. Conflict may arise if the performance appraisal system is not properly managed. A highly skilled employee costs more. So you have to see that the performance appraisal system should be introduced properly. Performance appraisal का मतलब क्या है? आप एक सीट लोगे, okay, and you have to evaluate the performance of the worker and how much he is doing the work properly, what is the contribution he's how much he is having the sincerity in his job. So if you are not introducing any kind of performance appraisal system, then you can lose. Okay, a highly skilled employee costs more. So if a employee is highly skilled, then that will be having a very much costly to your organization. The departments have a self-centered mentality. Functional managers pay more attention to their own department and ignore other interest. Okay, so यहाँ पे क्या है, आप अपना डिपार्टमेंट को कंसंट्रेट करते हो. डिपार्टमेंट अच्छा हो तो सब अच्छा, दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट यू आर नॉट कंसिडरिंग, other department you are not taken into consideration. So that is a problem. Communication is weak among the department. This causes poor interdepartment coordination, affecting flexibility and innovation. What is that? Communication is weak among the departments. Okay, यहाँ पे among the department से inter department में क्या है, communication and coordination weak होता है. So यहाँ पे flexibility नहीं होता है, innovation नहीं होता है. Okay, there is a lack of teamwork among the different departments. Okay, यहाँ पे टीम का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का गोल को इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं देता है. एस्प्रिट डी क्रॉप्स यहाँ पे अप्लाई नहीं होता है. Okay, so due to the lack of teamwork, because of the different department is having different kind of objectivity. Okay, employees may have little concern about events outside their group. तुम्हारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में किस डिपार्टमेंट से तुम जुड़े हो, तुम्हारा डिपार्टमेंट का क्या रोल है, उसमें ही तुम स्पेसिफाइड हो. देयर इज अ लिमिटेशन ऑफ योर own role. and you are not concentrating what are the things happening outside of your group. The functional structure is rigid and adapting to change difficult and slow. Okay, the functional structure is quite rigid. So which function we are performing, the same function we are performing, and it is very difficult to alter any kind of changes takes place. It is very difficult to adapt any kind of changes which is takes place. Even though you are accepting any kind of changes also, that become very much slow. Then decision making is slow due to the bureaucratical hierarchy. Okay, also for taking different kind of decision is very much difficult, because if the hierarchy is bureaucratic, means or everything based upon rule and regulation, and everything is based upon the formal organization structure, and there is no such relationship of that person to person interaction will not be there, then there is a problem. Then functional manager can make decision without consulting team member. This is not good for the organization. यहाँ पे functional manager has to consult with other team members so that the decision will be good. Personal bias may affect the employee morale. Then for example, an employee may feel demoralized with a low performing employee is promoted. If a particular employee who is performance is low, if is promoted, then other members who are there under a particular department, they are deprived. Their morality will definitely calm down. So that is the demerit. When the organization become larger, functional areas can become challenging to manage. Each department may start behaving like a small company which it फैसिलिटेट. सो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बड़ा होगा तो हर एक डिपार्टमेंट एक कंपनी की तरह काम करेगा, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की तरह काम करेगा, जहाँ पे कि कंट्रोलिंग करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा. ओके, देन फंक्शनल डिपार्टमेंट में बी डिस्ट्रैक्टेड बाय डिपार्टमेंटल गोल्स रादर देन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन गोल. यहाँ पे हमेशा क्या है, डिपार्टमेंट गोल को हम प्रावधान देते हैं, इम्पोर्टेंस देते हैं, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन गोल को छोड़ देते हैं. सो दैट इज़ द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट विच अराइजेस बिटवीन द डिपार्टमेंटल गोल एज वेल एज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन गोल. एम्प्लॉइज डू नॉट लर्न एनी न्यू स्किल्स एंड दे रोल्स डोंट चेंज ओपन. यहाँ पे जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का जो एम्प्लॉय है, नया स्किल कुछ लर्न करना, नया रोल कुछ लेना, नया इनिशिएटिव कुछ लेना, इनोवेटिव होना, ऐसा कुछ नहीं करते हैं. सो दैट इज़ ए क्वाइट प्रॉब्लम टू दोज एम्प्लॉयज़. ओके, so what the things we discussed today? We discussed about today the line organization, where the line organization is divided into two categories. One is pure line organization. Pure line organization में क्या होता है, यहाँ पे authority flow होता है top to bottom, and those people under a particular supervisor, whether you are there under the supervisor X or Y, if you are a worker, you are performing similar kind of jobs, that is line organization. Then departmental organization. So under departmental organization there are different department will be there, and every department is having departmental head will be there, and all the people are accountable to the particular the highest position people, that is chief executive. Okay, and every department is having the department manager. Thereafter every department manager is having deputy manager. There every deputy manager is having supervisor as well as what worker. There are certain merits of line organization which is very much less costly, and decision making is quick, and the authority flows from the top to bottom, and you know what to do, what not to do, you know your role, you know your responsibility, you know to whom you are accountable. So that is why that is having the merit. It is having the also the demerit also. Then line and staff organization, where line people are the people who are there in the executive level, who are there at the position, who are having the position, and the staff people who are just helping and giving advice to the line people. Okay, then line people are the decision makers, and the staff people are the advisors. Okay, here this is the example I have cited. Okay, यहाँ पे sales manager है, and these are all staff who are giving the advice to the sales manager, who are having the skills, who are having the expertise, who are having the strength, who are having the knowledge. These staff people, and these are the line people. Okay, that is known as line and staff organization. Thereafter we discuss about the functional organization. The organization is classified based upon different kind of function. It may be R&D function, it may be finance function, it may be marketing function, it may be manufacturing function. So based upon the different function, different manager will be there, and you know whatever the tasks you are performing. If you are there with a particular department, you are concentrating on the particular job on a particular department, and you are not bothering about what are the things who are doing by the other department. If you belong to the manufacturing department as a person, then you should consider about your departmental objective rather than you are thinking much about the other activity of different department. You know your roles, you know your skills, you know your knowledge, okay, and you are doing the same type of work repeatedly, so specialization arises, but also monotonous also arise, the lack of interest also arise. The people who are having the experience, if they are not promoted, there is a demerit in this particular thing also. And here the main demerit is all about the organization goal as well as this department goal. If there is a class in between if there is not a similar goal of departmental goal as well as organization goal, then this particular functional organization is having the problem. Okay, so today we discuss about different type of organization. Thanks for listening, and thanks for listening patiently, and I hope you like today's class. Do subscribe and do view more and more videos of the Commerce Lab. Thank you.